Welcome to On the Record. We're back at Net at Work, and I'm here with Joe Borellis, who is the Group Vice President of Partner Enablement for Oracle Worldwide Alliances and Channels. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Welcome to On the Record.
Glad to be here.
I want to get right down to some grassroots stuff with you. Really talk about all the specialization and the VARs, where they're going, and that whole enablement program, and what's working in there and what's not working, and really at the end of the day, how you're helping the VARs out, and more importantly, what they have to do, because it's not, well, in my opinion anyways, you can do everything great forever and ever, but if they don't want to, put some skin in the game, it's not going to work. So let's start. What do you talk about when you're talking about specialization? What do you mean?
So I always go to the really the constituents of specialization. What is the value to the three constituents? The first is the customer. So when I think of specialization, I think a partner wants to become specialized because they want to demonstrate that they have skills in a particular solution or area that the customer is looking for. So they're preferred by the customer because they're specialized. I also think about the Oracle sales teams who are out there selling as well and are always looking for partners who they want to work with in a particular solution during a deal. So they want to be able to know which partners have skills and meet a lot of the criteria they're looking for to engage them with the customer. And the third is for the partners to differentiate themselves. We want partners who have a lot of field experience in particular solutions and areas to be able to stand up and raise their hand and say, hey, I know this stuff really well. I know it so well that I'll become specialized and differentiate myself from the other partners.
So, now you take Oracle, and especially with all the purchases that you've made over the past 10 years, it's pretty much enough to keep a VAR reading every day of all day, every day, forever, because you can never catch up on it. So what are you doing to help them get into that specializations, and how do they figure out where they should be, and how do they get differentiated within Oracle as being a specialist in that area?
I think the first obvious one is that a lot of the VARs already have expertise and skills. So we're hoping that they look at our specializations and say, I'm already a very solid business intelligence partner for Oracle. So the opportunity now is for me to demonstrate that to Oracle in an objective way and become specialized. What we hope too is that they look at it as, well, I also want to grow my business, as you said, and look at the other products that are out there and the other areas that they can get into, especially with the Sun acquisition. Hardware partners getting more into the software side, and legacy Oracle partners looking at specializing on things like M series or T series or tape storage. I think first take a look at what their skills are and give them an opportunity to demonstrate those skills, and then take a look at what are some surrounding or some technologies that are relevant to that that they can also expand to grow their opportunities and the products that they can sell, and specifically the services that they can deliver as well.
So when they do that, so that they have, and I agree with you with the Sun, there's just, if I was a Sun partner right now, I'd be jumping up and down for joy, because wow, not only, well, if you look at it in North America, what is it, there's 160,000 Oracle partners and 30,000, if that's 20,000 Sun partners, or Sun customers. What an opportunity that is for them. So, but how do they actually, let's get down to real grassroots. So let's say I come in there, let's take the example. If I came in on the Sun side, I might have been selling a little bit of Oracle stuff in the past, but it wasn't my focus. Now all of a sudden, let's say, so now you know which category I fit in for the specialization. I could have done hardware and stuff. What would you do with them?
And that's the challenge. So the first thing that we've done is we've tried to take a look at, and this is a great example, so we've tried to take a look at some of the low-hanging fruit or the dialogues that we want to encourage those Sun partners to have with their customers. So we're trying to get the Sun partners, in this case, involved and engaged in expanding beyond just the hardware piece and getting into a lot of the Oracle solutions, we're trying to get them to have dialogues with their customers around 3 areas. And you've probably heard this all week from everybody, you know.
That's okay. One more time, maybe eventually it'll really get right in there.
And I think so. I think this is really an effective way for us to do this. It's to have our partners engage in dialogues around, hey, is there an easy way that I can help you get better performance out of your database applications? Or is there a way I can optimize the storage that you have on your Oracle implementation? Or the real big win is there a way I can take these T-Series servers, the stuff that I know very well, the CMT, the multi-threaded, is there a way for me to help tune your applications and optimize your applications to take advantage of that? So the Sun partners who are skilled in those areas, storage, flash storage for database acceleration, and CMT, if they know that and they can engage their conversations with their customers about that, and the customers are comfortable, flash storage, for example, they go in and they say, okay, you know, with a simple insert of these 5100 storage array from Sun or the PCI flash cards, and move all your indexes and move all of your large table reads over to those, you know, I can get you performance gains in that. If the partners engage in those conversations of working with the customer to do that, which they know very well, flash, what I say to that partner is, are you going to just go home now? Right? Or why don't you stay at the customer now? Why don't you take a look at, there's a lot of database performance tuning. So we have a specialization for database performance tuning. What does that get you, partner? It gets you a lot of skills, training, and even certifications within your company on database performance tuning. So now you can bill yourself to the customers. Hey, I can also do some query tuning, some SQL tuning while I'm there. Take it a little bit further. What is the application that the customer has? Let's say it's a content management system. Maybe it's a homegrown or something that they've done. Well, while you're talking to them about improving their database performance with the flashcards you put in, and while you've done the query optimization, why don't you talk to them about our enterprise content management solution, our product, our solution, and become specialized in that as a partner so that you can bill yourself to the customer as, hey, I know this very well. So, you know, we're trying to create some dialogues to give to those Sun partners on some areas that they're already very skilled at, to go out and talk to the customer, and while the customer is confident with their skills, have the Sun partners also pick up complementary skills through specializing in those areas so that they can offer their services that way.
So let's say I'm a Sun partner,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and I'm coming in there now. I see 2 real opportunities in there. The first one is all this stuff that I never had. You know, I didn't know how to sell. I didn't know why to sell it. I was nowhere on there. I can go back to all my customers and see which ones fit in well with them, and say, you know, here's a way that I can make your technology work better. And then the other one, though, that I see is the other side, which is where you have Oracle, and they have, you know, we'll go back to the numbers. So let's say it's 160,000 customers versus 20,000 customers. And even if all those Oracle customers are customers of, Sun customers are already customers of Oracle, that leaves 140,000 of them for them to go out there and say, hey, you know, Oracle now owns Sun, therefore they're going to be making sure that everything's aligning themselves perfectly well. So if you really want the optimum solution, you know, as you start growing, you should be using Sun products, and how can we help you with that?
Correct. And one thing that I when we talked
I can
prior
see you
to,
ready to say.
well, there's one thing that you mentioned there that we talked about before that I can sense is bothering you, if you will, and that is, so what is, you know, we create these great enablement programs, and we have, so what compels people then to take advantage of it? And I think what you just said is, if they do recognize that there is an opportunity for them, and I think everybody does realize that this is a great opportunity. I was a Sun partner, I'm very skilled at storage. You know, it would behoove me to get some skills on database, you know, security, performance tuning, real application clusters. That is the driving force. If they want to do that, what I have for them is a way to train their sales reps, their pre-sales reps, their implementation guys to get certified and become specialized in that. So if they recognize that opportunity, that will hopefully be the driving force to say, hey, I need to go get specialized, and let's take advantage of these things that
Other
we're
than
creating.
time, what's it gonna cost? Is there a cost for doing all that?
So we've been very conscious of that. So I can't say there's no cost. I mean, for the most part, the way we've designed it is to protect their existing investments. Meaning, we look at, do they already have certified individuals? Each specialization requires sales, pre-sales support, and implementation skills. The sales, pre-sales, and support all online. The assessments, the training, no cost except time. So your sales reps have to take the paths, the assessment. On the implementation side, you become certified. So to become an OPN implementation specialist in whatever, you're an officially Oracle University certified. So that has it's a cost for the exam to go and take that.
Well, there has to be some
it's a
maybe.
nominal fee. We have a lot of what we call our boot camp trainings that we subsidize quite a bit to run partners through that help them get to that certification. But in some cases, there might be a nominal fee that they'll pay to maybe take Oracle University classes. Again, because it's an implementation, we want to make sure that they demonstrate the skills, the field knowledge, and the field skills in that. So there are no requirements for classes, though, meaning when you look at the criteria for a specialization, we don't say, you got to log this many hours in the classroom before you get it. If you can pass the assessment, you're okay.
Yeah, which is the way most of the industries do it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
which makes a lot of sense. Like, I mean, if
Yeah.
I've learned how to do it, why make me sit and be bored out of my mind for 200 hours just to make some administrator someplace happy?
If you've been following the evolution of our whole enablement plan, started with this enablement to a concept, and we actually have leveraged a lot of our partners who have those skills. So a lot of these specializations and implementations, a lot of the content that my organization builds, it comes from product management, product development that we work with. It also comes from partners. We through acquisition, we've realized that I think Agile was probably the first one where we realized that, hey, Oracle doesn't have a lot of skills on that, but we want to roll out training for our partners because a lot of partners want to get into that particular product.
Mhm.
So we leveraged a few partners, commissioned a few partners to help us build the material. Say, hey, you guys are the experts. You've been implementing Agile for 7 or 8 years.
Yeah, so can you imagine going back and then saying to them, by the way, now you have to get certified in it?
No. Well, so actually, obviously, we've got a bit of a door for them to enter if they've helped us with that in terms of becoming specialized in that.
So, I guess the last question in there is, or pretty much the last one is, why do you think so many of them don't do it? Like, and do you think it's just a fear of change?
It's possibly, but I think we are getting a lot of traction. I'm not sure if you've looked at the statistics. I mean, I think we ended Q1 with over 200 specialized partners, and we're over the 5,000 or 6,000 mark in terms of implementation specialists. We're projecting by FY12 to cross the 2,000 mark as far as specialized partners, and the 25,000 mark as far as implementation specialists. So we are getting some traction, but I also do think there's change. Obviously there's the thought of is this going to stick? I mean, this is a program that offers me opportunity, but is it going to change? And is this an investment that I want to make? And I think the proof will continue to come out as our customers look for specialized partners, and they say, hey, I want somebody that's got the skills.
So summing up, let me just say, I think that if you look at where Oracle's at now and where it was 6 months ago in the minds of the channel, you've done phenomenally well, like better than anybody would have ever projected. I think even better than you guys internally projected. And I think it's thanks to large part, not so much from the high level, but from the grassroots level where you're working. That's really, that means so much more to the VARs. It really does. And for that, I thank you for being on the record.
Thank you very much.